Downtown Salt Lake City in the past 30 years has seen one big construction project after another. Since the completion of tracks which brought light rail back to Main Street and a much more convenient way of people getting to the shops here, downtown Salt Lake City malls have not quite seen the success that they had hoped for. Inside Crossroads Mall, it's pretty much a ghost town. Across the street at Z.C.M.I. Mall, it's the same story. Outside there are people, but inside there are empty halls and walkers rather than shoppers. Most of the retailers have closed down and left because the shoppers haven't been coming. So where's everybody gone? They've been coming here to Gateway. The Gateway project was opened for business 6 years ago. Located 5 blocks west of Main Street, it's an open-air mall full of retailers and people. Despite tracks ending a block east of Gateway, people come in droves. What do you like about Gateway?
All the stores, man, and all the chicks. What else?
Stores and chicks.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me? Gateway's a place where you can kick it back, stay cool, and meet some girls.
What about Main Street?
Main Street? That ain't a good place.
Cuz.
Many say that they like it here because it offers the feel of a real city street. Exactly what Main Street lacks today. However, Gateway is lacking in something too. Local retailers and unique city charm. Local shops here are very hard to come by. And if someone were to go to many other cities in the United States, they'd be very likely to find their very own version of Gateway that is nearly indistinguishable. This entire problem begs some obvious questions. First, why were these malls built 30 years ago? Raising historic city buildings and city charm, why would anyone think that downtown, which should display the unique signature of a city, should instead have 2 Behemoth Mall buildings? Second, what has killed Main Street's vitality? Why is shopping here now virtually non-existent? We thought the answers to these questions could be gained by talking to some of those who have managed to survive the longest. The longtime local retailers who have watched others around them wither and die. Utah Woolen Mills has been in downtown Salt Lake City for over 80 years.
I've seen the beautification, the downtown beautification of sidewalks, take out businesses. The light rail took out many, many businesses. The construction of the Crossroads Plaza took out even more. It's been one thing after another with construction to beautify and to make better, and it's taken its toll. There's no one downtown.
Sam Weller Zion Bookstore has been dealing books for over 100 years in Utah.
But the downtown beautification project of the 70s, from what I hear, was extremely hard on merchants.
Lamb's is Utah's oldest restaurant.
As time has gone on and the advent of the 2 malls up the street from us years ago when they were first built kind of took all of that retail off of the streets. But I think the biggest culprit was the 1976 downtown beautification project that pretty much decimated downtown Salt Lake City. So from that day forward, downtown has been a totally different place than it was before.
And almost like the second blow, what I consider one of the most foolish decisions ever made in downtown planning was to build Crossroads Mall across the street from Z.C.M.I. Mall. There was probably no better way to guarantee that the businesses who were not in one of those 2 malls would suffer and eventually either disappear or die.
A large part of this debate has to do with what the L.D.S. Church's role has been in all these past decisions. The church sees over 4 million visitors a year come to Temple Square, and the church now owns both malls and a large portion of the real estate in downtown. Currently, the church is spending $1.5 billion to tear down the malls and rebuild the 3 blocks that they own so they can be more like Gateway, an outdoor mall. So are the long-timers happy about the church having such a huge role in the revitalization?
We're lucky as hell that they're doing it. Nobody else would step up to the plate and do what they're doing.
Who else could afford $1 billion to fix up these 2 blocks adjacent to the church grounds? So in general, I have gone along with most everything the church has done.
And I couldn't think of anyone except the church, and I'm not aware of anybody competing for the privilege or the burden of improving those two blocks. On the other hand, when people say they're building a Vatican at the north end of Main Street, I kind of chuckle and think, yeah, it kind of seems like it. But it is the world headquarters of a rapidly growing religion, and I guess it stands to reason that they'd want Salt Lake City to be a showpiece.
Everyone seems in line and hopeful of this new project. However, I tend to believe that if past mistakes aren't accounted for, history will repeat itself. Nobody yet that I've talked to has been able to pinpoint the cause of all the past problems and poor decisions. It's our goal in the coming week to find some answers. Who were the yes men in the downtown beautification project? Who were those who thought these malls were going to make downtown a better place? In the coming week, we'll be talking to some of the past decision makers. We will go to the Utah Historical Society and try to see some of what has been lost. Check into utahstories.com for our next installment, where you'll get answers to these obvious questions that it seems no one in the media even bothers to ask besides us.